Gonna stream without doing my intro. And now we're just gonna do a railroad for a long while. Alright guys, welcome back to the railroad. I figured I'd switch gears from American Truck Sim. I enjoy ATS, but my leg has been a bit cramped. So now we are back on Railroader, got the MP session open. So we're going to continue work. So our passenger train for now is going to sit right here in Bryson. And we're going to make our way back to 6,000. And I'm going to go get my locomotives from Hillsboro. So that's what we're going to be doing on this front. I know I have a car outstanding up here for Silva, but that's going to be waiting a little bit as those signals get unboxed. I'm gonna have to pull them out and then get the last boxcar in for the signals to be built along the line. So we're gonna hop back into our big old locomotive here. We're gonna go and do manual here. There we go. But right now I really don't have any work that needs to be done. At least I don't think. I'm gonna have to check Silva. But I'll check that when I get down to that portion of the end of the line. And then I can leave it at 30 miles an hour. Because we're pretty much going to go down and we're going to pick up the 2 diesels and bring number 1 back up here. But we're going to put number 1 back in Whittier. I'm going to head down that way. See if there's any more cars in Ella that need to be moved while I'm up here. But I'm pretty much on my way to pick up the 2 yellow diesels that I have stored in Hillsboro. We're going to grab number 1 and just tow it back to Whittier and then drop it into the shed in Whittier. Because pretty much the plan is for how all my locomotives are set up. The 2 SD7s are going to be in Bryson. Number 1's going to return to Whittier. Silva is still going to be the primary interchange. I don't think I can switch where cargo goes. But we're also going to bring, I think we're going to grab a little switcher and take that down there. I'll probably have another steam locomotive on standby. That's like number 400. That can literally go up and down and back. Because when the maintenance of way update comes out, we're not going to be running these bigger locomotives like we are now. We're going to be running some of the smaller ones because it'll be less wear and tear on the track, as the theoretical plan goes. But as for now, we are heading back down to Dillsboro right now. I have so many ideas for when modding support comes for this. Like, I would want to make adjustments to the main map, especially for Whittier, just to put more sidings and make like a Whittier like a bigger interchange. But then we are going to be a long way off though from that update. But I don't know if there's anything that needs to be done. But I'm going to have to check all the freight and see if there's any more shunting that needs to be done. And I'll probably do it while I'm down there. Bum. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I bought timer. Now that timer is back to being active. But right now I've had at least 2 other people working with me on this railroad. So we're pretty much just have most of the lines built. I think the plan will eventually be to do a smaller passenger train that runs the Alarca branch. So we'll have 2 different trains running that branch line. But for now, I'm not gonna worry about that section of the map. Just because I would need like another locomotive to put on the back of the passenger train. Alright, since it's gonna be a minute before I get down there, let me set up the switch to Dillsboro. Yeah, because I want to be lined up with the 2 diesel locomotives when I get down there. Oh, I really need to set that to being straight. Let me do that. Because I gotta quit doing that when I'm coming through. Any cars up here that's ready to move to Silva? No, that car's almost empty. You're almost empty. We're gonna have to come back for that later. Probably after the return trip. So pretty much, it looks like Ella's gonna have 2 cars to go down to Silva later. I'm gonna just start a contest. Um, in Whittier for Ella and Whittier. So where I have 1 freight car sitting in Whittier right now, but I'm not gonna take that because I'm not going all the way down the line. I'm just going to Dillsboro. Alright, the line is set to go all the way straight. But you know what would help is if I had... Where is my Gamer Guild? If I had the Gamer Guild VC on, that would help. After I had that turned off from earlier. Ugh. I'm tired. Alright, we're gonna check, see if there's anything in Whittier that needs to be moved. Because it feels like right now we kind of just have everything squared away as far as cargo goes. know what I might do? want to put this in 15 mile an hour. And before I get up, I'm going to set the points for this locomotive to go to the 2 diesels. So I'm going to step away for half a second to go grab something, and I will be right back. I actually need to go back. Forward. Yep, there we go. Hey there, white buddy. How you doing? I like that little diesel locomotive. You know what? Now let me go ahead and get... Alright, line's clear for you, bud. Oh, you know what? I'll take that canola car off of you. Once you bring it to Dillsboro. Because that car goes all the way to Wilmot, and I will take that on the front of my locomotives when I go. And the good news is we'll have diesel fuel for the following morning. But I will take the one car that goes to Wilmot. My mother was kind enough to make eggs this morning with some cooked up pork. And she did a pretty good job cooking into the eggs. Let me back my mic up a little bit. Yeah. So pretty much the plan is I'm doing right now is that I'm gonna take the two diesels, number 3, and then I'm going to take number 1 back to Whittier. So then 1 and 2 will be used for shunting in Whittier, and 3 and the 2 diesels can go up to Bryson. So technically speaking, I no longer actually need that switch. I actually need that switch. And then so you'll have 4 locomotives down here. So you'll have 1200, 30, and 11 down here to use. So I'm just trying to make sure that when we get more people, there's a locomotive for everybody to run. Whether it's a steam engine or something else. So it looks like you got 1 car at the Locust Pins, Hillsboro Fuel. So none of those cars need to move. Yep. Let me go ahead and fill up this locomotive. Alright, let's go ahead and fill her up. Well, that is... Oh. Oh, I forgot my body is in number 1600. Which should almost be down here in the yard shortly. I thought my body was down here, but it's in 6000. How much? 122 tons of coal. That's not bad, plus this locomotive doesn't even take that much coal. But I need to fill that up and number 1 before I hook them up. Be a minute before I can go get you that car. I'm about to say, it's gonna be a minute before I even head up that way. What I need is to actually get the color code for the Union Pacific so that I can actually color code those. Let me Google the color code for the Union Pacific because I want those Union Pacific colored. Union Pacific yellow color code. So EXO is FCC00. Equipment, customize. Hashtag FFCC00. Did that work? FCC00. Or 9356 9356. Alright. Hashtag FFDC. Okay, so that is the Union Pacific yellow. Got it. And there's 6,000 coming right into the yard. Oh, I went right past the fuel tower. Alright, we'll couple 6,000 up in a minute. Oh, I am nowhere close to that. Oops. Bring her back. Alright. 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 Fine, connect the lines. Put you into... Put those so then they run as one consist. And then come over here to the turntable. And now I'm gonna go retrieve number 1. We are going... My... No, I'm not far enough on. Now we'll put it in neutral. And we are... Oh, no, I wanted it on the front, not the back. Can you actually put that to the front? Because I need to shunt it forward, not behind. For how Wilmot's set up. Because I need to put the other two locomotives on the back. Alright. So now... Now we can bring number 1. Alright. This locomotive should be full. Climb up. Alright, I was gonna shut this water hatch. Because I need the crossover. Now we're moving 3. Forward. Yeah, it was close. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and couple number 3 up. Alright. So now, cut out. Alright, let me go and hop out of number 3, and I'm gonna hop back into 6,000. And I am going to make my way now up the line. Alright, 6,000. Let's see if he can pull all these locomotives. I still need that point. Alright, let's see if I can get a little bit more speed. This is gonna be a little heavy train going up. Can I come with you because Silva is empty? Yeah, if you want to. I have cars that up in Whittier that need to be shunted anyway. That's how you don't necessarily need to bring your little shunter locomotive. Because you'll have numbers 1 and 2 in Whittier to use, and 10 for logging. Pretty much we are going to make a pit stop in Wilmot. This locomotive's putting in the work. They're just running up the line right now with these locomotives. So at this point, I am going up through Barker's. I don't know why I was even talking about the entire way. Hear that diesel locomotive just like grinding. Oh, these aren't even burning fuel, which is nice. Like 2 cars in Whittier. Well, yeah, I know that there's 2 cars in Whittier. And then there's some that's going to be ready up in Ella in a little bit. Let me fast forward time. Let's just do 6 hours. Diesel fueling stand in Bryson is complete. Now let's say check some cars in Whittier. It's gonna be a little bit of time before I get to Whittier. So we are just shunting forward. Hopefully there's some more cars to be moved around up there in Whittier. I don't know about the log cars though. And then I'm gonna have some stuff to do in Bryson once I get up there. But this trip is takes a while in both directions. Some of the log cars are still full. Yeah, they're going to be full for a while. I would say leave the logs alone, because I can't skip time forward anymore. Or else one of us is going to have to book all the way back down there. Silva. I believe there's a car up in Whittier, the station area, that's ready to be moved. And I'm going to check Ella on my way back to Bryson. I should be coming up to Wilmont shortly. You know what would be nice is if Railroader had like an in-game voice chat, to where we could have like um CB radios like they have on locomotives nowadays, because that would be so useful. Alright, I'm gonna be pulling into Wilmot. Oh shit, there's a car down here in Wilmot that needs to go to Silva. So I'm gonna do, for purpose reasons, I'm gonna have to do so what I'm gonna do. Alright, we're gonna trade cars. So technically there's gonna be 2 deliveries. Forward. Alright, there's gonna be 2 deliveries. I'm gonna deliver number 1, and then this car up to Whittier, and it'll just get put in the consist. Come on, couple up. Yeah, this is gonna be a real pain in the ass. Because this car needs to go right here. This car is going back down the Silva. I'm not going back down the Silva right now. So we're gonna do things a complicated way. Good lord. More like a car length, but I need to move it. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the airline, because I'm literally moving it like just next to the line. The problem is that it's uphill, I don't know. I'm going a little too fast to do the trick. We'll just shunt it in. Alright, 62 back. Alright, now we're leaving out of Wilmot. Alright, when I get to Whittier, will you be ready to grab this, break this, this canola car off of the front? So then I can just drop number 1 off. Or, you know what I could do? Okay. I'm better picking up the last. I think what I'm gonna try to do then. When I get close, I'm gonna try to slow it down and then just punt the car onto the siding. When I get close. Because I'm coming up through Thomas Valley. So the theoretical plan is to slow down the locomotive just enough where then the coupler will disengage. And then once the coupler is disengaged, then I can slow down the locomotive and let the car roll over the siding before the locomotive goes over the switch. So pretty much once I see that, see it on the map here is when I will disengage. When I get close to that point. It should hopefully have enough forward momentum to just go into that guard. That's at least my hope. That actually worked. It should hopefully slow down enough before it hits that as switch. I'm gonna go ahead and bring 6,000 up. It is still rolling a little bit. Okay, I shot that a little too hard. It's still rolling. Please stop rolling. Oh, this is gonna be bad. And break. And then we'll disengage that. Oh, let's go forward. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna use number one. I'm gonna just give it a light shove. It should hopefully move at less than 5 miles an hour. And couple up. So AE Road, 5 mile an hour. Hopefully that has enough speed to roll back. I'll be out of your way in just a second. I'm just putting number one into the shed. Alright. Alright. I'm getting out of here. Now I'm gonna finish heading to Bryson. Alright, well, that's going to Bryson. I'm gonna get rid of some things on my desk. If you want to, when you're done, Wyatt, feel free to take those empty cars down to Silva when you're done. I'm gonna check up here in Ella, and then I'll get back to you. I wish. Is there a way I can buy another repair car? Because if I can buy one of these and fill it with repair parts, I could be set. I have to look into buying a boxcar. But now let me reset the switches to the main line. Ah, Mr. Devon. Well, I haven't even been on the Farming Sim server in a minute anyway. You know what? I'm gonna see what I can do with a boxcar. So let me buy a 50-foot steel boxcar. Purchase. Equipment operations. Unload. Oh, sweet. Okay. So what we'll do is buy. So what we're gonna do is buy 2 more of those. And I'm gonna split them up. Equipment. Alright, 50 foot. Inspect. Equipment. Unload. Whittier. Load. Silva. And this one, inspect. Equipment. Operations. So that one's Bryson. This one, inspect. Equipment. Dillsboro. Alright. So those 3 boxcars are going to be used to repair the locomotives and the passenger cars. The passenger service will most likely be maintenance in Bryson only. So then Whittier and Dillsboro can be used to maintenance locomotives. So those 3 boxcars that you see in the Silva interchange next time you go down are gonna stay there until they get taken and filled with repair parts. Yeah. Alright, there is one car up here in Ella that needs to go down to Silva. See if Midwest wants to join. Because it'd be nice to have someone else to talk to while I'm screaming this. It'd be nice to have someone else to talk to while I am sitting here doing my thing. I about to say there's gonna be plenty of things to do. Yep. I think did what that aside him, and then I think he popped off. No, he's still in game. He hasn't disconnected. So pretty much we'll have, so 1900 is the passenger train, 6000 is going to be the long freight, which will run between Bryson and Silva, and then and then these diesels can also be used for that long trip as well. Because I know this locomotive's gonna need maintenance in a little bit. I'll say I should be entering. I think what I will do is, what's 400? Oh, he must have teleported up to Bryson. I was like, why is 400 moving? But I'm gonna take the inside second line when I get up there into Bryson. The only downside of this locomotive is that I can't flip it around up here. So we are just trudging along. And it takes a minute to get up there. What I think what I'm gonna do. So 1900's gonna need to be moved. But I will worry about moving it when I get into the yard. I want to start contracts for Bryson now that I have some locomotives up here. But it would mean getting all those cars from Silva. Alright, coming in the Bryson. Because I need to move that locomotive back. Because I need to come forward with 1600. Oh, dang it. Where are you going? Because I'm trying to come into the inside line. Oh, I see what he's doing. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna bring these into the inside line. Alright. Coupler disengage. Turn off cutout. Coupler disengaged. Alrighty. Alright, you want to be the turntable operator while I bring these locomotives around? Alright, we're just gonna do this one locomotive at a time. The only downside is there isn't a turntable big enough for this locomotive. So if I wanted to flip it around, I have to use the triangle. I don't know. It's on the right track. Actually, that works. I forgot this track goes around. Alright, then I'm gonna put this in next to number 400. I go and flip. We're gonna open up these stall doors. I love the animation for the stall doors opening. Go and spin her around. Because she's gonna rotate all the way around and go into the second stall. So I go reverse her in. Keep going. Where'd he go? I almost had it. Alright. Back over just a little bit. Right there. Alright. What do you think you're doing? No, I wanted the... God damn it. No. Goofball, I'm in here. Don't close the stall door on my face. Jeez Louise. Alright, now we go get the diesel locomotive. Oop. Alright, now let me go get 887. Go ahead. Alright, while he spins me around, give me 1 second. Gonna bring this one in as well. Don't close those doors. Alright, keep it going. Now. Over. 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 There we go. Alrighty. Boom. And there's the end of that. Alright, 6,000. Got some work to do. Alright. Now we go into manual. Alright. But I need to put this baby around. So I'm gonna make that trip down the Silva with this locomotive. When I'm done turning her around. So I'm gonna set up some new contracts. Appalachian hardwood. So that there can be some business going up here for Bryson. No, don't do Fontana yet. I don't want to expand all the way yet. I will expand that when I'm ready, but for the time being, I don't want to. Because I have plenty of line right now. God dang it. I did the opposite of what I wanted to do. Most of my time right now is not yet. All I have to do is set the timetable. But that's gonna be a second. Because I want to start to get out of Bryson first. Alright, let's it's gonna be parting at a time total. We want it east. Bryson, we want 18 15. Oh, wait a minute. I goofed up. Hang on. Because I need to back that up. What job do I need to do? I don't know right this second. Alright. Let me bring it back so that it can get set for passengers. Manual AE road reverse. So now it's set to retake on passengers. I can go back to 6,000 without the camera. Do some weird stuff. Alright. Because by the time I roll out of here on the passenger train, I'll be going. So I'm trying to do a little leeway between myself and the passengers. But I'm gonna bring some cars down to the interchange. For you to shunt in the place. I think after this run... Oh, I still need to do... I'm about to say, first set of signals will be in place. Here in a little bit. But the yard mode. The passenger train is gonna run now. It's just easier to have the passenger train on a timetable. So what we could do is have two passenger trains. Oh, A disconnected. AE road. I'm pretty much speaking now. That's gonna be set for me to run all the way down. Alright, now I'm just gonna make the trip back to Silva. The only thing I can do is wait like 30 minutes until after that's done running and skip time for it again. I just realized I needed that switch. Because I need that switch. Almost went the wrong way. Oopsies. forward. I will say the only other job I could have thought about was the loaded log cars to bring them down while the other ones are still being unloaded. But there's not much you can really do with that. So yeah, there's not really much I can do while the passenger train is running. But I could have had someone on passengers, or I could buy another full-on passenger train where one person can run it while the other one's on auto, and you just coordinate the switches with the one that's on the auto engineer. Alright, let's go ahead and open her up to 30. I just know I find myself going back down to Dillsboro to Silva anyway. Maybe I will set up another passenger train. Or then there's two that can be ran. But I'm gonna have one long freight train. Here in a little bit. You know what I will do if he wants something to do? How much is this? Hang on, let me do this. I'm gonna just mod something real quick. Slash mode inbox. I'm gonna do something real quick. Mode sandbox slash. Money cheat. Let's do 200K. I will do this. So we'll buy a Santa Fe. And then we'll do three of those. And an observation car. It'll give him something to do while the other passenger train is running. Have one running to the east and have one running to the west. He's just gonna have to coordinate points along the track to pull off of. That's the whole point of me buying those, so then he can have something to do. Santa Fe is gonna need to be filled. So we're pretty much will have the Berkshire run passenger lines to the east, and we'll have him, they'll just transition on and off. Is the way I do it. So when one train is running east, the other train can be running west. It'll keep passengers going. You just have to coordinate with the line. Which is where a dispatcher would come into play. I'm gonna have to sit down and figure out how to do the system for all the signals. And to coordinate everything. It gives them something to do. Alright. How do I get... Wait. Forward. I'm gonna have to... Actually, hang on. I need to get off of the main line. Or forward. Has 1900 moved? Depart price and okay. So we're gonna quickly do... I need to get off of the main line. I was saying I can go smooth sailing, but that plan's gonna quickly alternate. Guess I need to grab that freight car. and connect it. Go ahead and quickly get off of the main line. Yeah. The reason why I'm about the Santa Fe is because we already have 3 big locomotives. Santa Fe would just be perfect for another bigger passenger train because you're pretty much running longer in the bigger locomotive compared to the Berkshire and the P6, this locomotive I'm running. Hopefully I can get out of here before the passenger train shows up. If not, I'm gonna be trapped here for a second. Oh yeah, I'll be able to get out. So now I need to flip that switch, couple up and go. Alright. Alright, let's roll. Before that passenger train gets down here. Make sure that's straight. Alright, we are out of there. Oh, perfect timing too, because it's just coming around the corner. Good lord, that was perfect timing. I should be fine on water. Alright, okay, so that train is now just arriving. $5,000 must be the Santa Fe. So it's gonna take a second for that locomotive to unload and load off passengers. I just lost a little bit of frames. Wondering if it's the heat that's causing my stream to act up a little bit. there's not much you can do with time because there's going to be two sets of passengers running east to west. And then there's me moving freight. One's on an auto engineers. Alright, so 18E is leaving a minute late. But I'll probably have a long freight train to bring back up. At this point, I'm moving freight. Got two sets of passengers moving. I cannot type. So, I'm not gonna stop here. I'm gonna actually make a stop in the interchange. Because I'm gonna just go ahead and refuel on water. Because I feel like I'm not gonna have enough water to make it. I'll just let the passenger train go past. So I'm gonna refuel on water because this thing burns through a lot. Awesome. I'll see if he wants this locomotive, because if he wants this locomotive, we could just trade out, use the Santa Fe for freight. And there are no cars in here for me to take anyway. I'd be surprised if I beat the passenger train out of Whittier, especially when I got stopped to take on water. At least I don't have to worry about coal. I have plenty of coal to get down to Silva and back again. Alright, let's roll out. Come on, Santa Fe. It's gonna be like 3 minutes. It's gonna be like 3 minutes. If I could stay ahead of 1900, it's gonna get slowed down because of Whittier. Alright, now I'm leaving Whittier. Now we can run it. Because I want to get ahead of that passenger train. Well, that's good because he and 1900 are in a race. So yeah, 1900 is probably going to go in the service after its next run back to Bryson. Hammer is down. The hammer is down. We are gone from Whittier. 1900 is going to stop anyway. It's a little bit behind me, but I'm gonna get through Wilmot before it even gets there, so I'm not worried about it catching. But we're doing good though on time. Doing hell good on time. So he's probably gonna get us up with passengers out of Silva. I'll probably be down Dillsboro, but maybe by the time that he's making his way up, I'll just hop on a siding so then he can go past with that big old Santa Fe. So now we're out of Thomas Valley. Entering Wilmot. Hopefully that car is not ready to go yet. I don't think it is. It's not. Because I don't have time to stop. It's getting there. At least now I have a little bit of a gap. Between that passenger train that's coming behind me. What sucks is that most of this line is a single track. So you'd be lucky if you get to a spot where you can split off and go around. I wonder if the Santa Fe can even do an S-bend. I just thought about that. Alright, so it's now at Wilmot. So it's gonna be moving for a minute. I need to oil my locomotive. I'll do that when I get to Silva. Oh, that's weird. I had 322 dropped frames, and now it dropped to 0. What? Interesting. Oh, there he is. He moves pretty quick. You might want to wait for 1900 to come through. Yeah, that Santa Fe is nice. My question is, why is it 4 minutes late? Yeah, 1900 is gonna be a bit. I told him to wait for a 1900 because 1900 should also be coming through. I'm a little bit behind me. So I think he's gonna wait a second. Wait for that passenger train to go through. And then continue. Because he's not on a timetable, so it doesn't matter when the passengers get there. 1900 is, but it's behind for whatever reason. But I think next time 1900 goes to Bryson, it'll just set up there, so then it can be serviced along with its passenger cars to be done as well. Because those are gonna need to go into service very soon. And it's a good thing I have some new repair cars being sent that way. Might have been better if I turned to 1900 around before sending it along its way. That's just me, though. I feel like I should have had it flip around. So then it's not going in reverse the entire time. But anyway, how we all doing, chat? Hey, new folks out there, hanging out on this Saturday afternoon. Trying to do inside view for a little bit. Ooh, the stream just shot through the roof with its ping. That's not good. Gremlin, not happy with that for whatever reason. Bitrate was not happy. Alright, let me make sure that the line is... Make sure that the line is set, which it is. For me, let me check Silva. Silva is not set for me, but it now is. And then I'm gonna flip that line and that line when I get down there. Going to slow her down to 25 as I come through Hillsboro. Yeah, this is gonna be a minute before 1900 even catches up. How about say I've already had, like, it'll be smart to take that single track and double it up. Whenever they do release the Maintenance of Way update along with mod support, like everything from, if we could just make one big old map mod where it takes the entire line from Dillsboro all the way to Thomas Valley to Whittier, make that all a double track, take the Whittier yard and make it bigger so then it makes it easier to move freight cars. Because there's a lot of improvements that we could even make to this main map. I think it would be worth to do on a live stream. But when one of us makes a mod, it's like it's not just for us, it's gonna have to be like made for everyone to support that mod. So yeah, I would definitely agree, like all this could be double track. You can easily like shift this track over and then make another track that goes right next to it. But there's only certain things that's coming out in that for the modding to where eventually then they'll provide like rivers and bridges for us to like build track over the rivers, which would be nice. But I'll have to come back for that one freight car. So I'll come back for that one. Because I'm going to just put 6,000 in the Dillsboro yard. And then I'll just take care of anything that needs to be done down here in Silva. Because there's one car that's ready to go. I just can't get to it. Not with this big old locomotive with the passenger train behind me. Probably put her back to 30 miles an hour. Until I enter Silva. But honestly, there's a lot we can do for improving this map. Just to mod it out. Like, we can start by making, like, one just big old improvement to the main line. Because people models don't exist yet. That would be another thing that would be cool to do. Is like at the stations, like in Train Sim World, when you do like passengers, like it'll be cool like if they can have it to where animated passengers can get on the train when they're there at a certain destination time. Yeah, no idea on that one. That might be a suggestion I might throw on the Reddit for a railroader. Is like one big old update idea after maintenance of way. So then we can have like animated people. It'll be cool to see old-timey trucks going up and down the road. Like, it would be nice to actually see some life than just trains. And dynamic weather. That's like a biggest feature I would want to see. Because I would love to see dynamic weather. To where then we don't have to change the weather when we want to change the weather. It can just be that way. Because the graphics for this game are phenomenal. We're gonna go ahead and set this down to 15 miles an hour. Now that I'm entering Silva. I think the one, like, just massive mod update would be awesome for this game. To where, like, after maintenance of way, when we start to have money to just keep repairing the track, like, once that comes into play, like, this locomotive, the Santa Fe, and the Pacific, those locomotives can't be as ran as hard. Also wears down the entire track. But like how we're running passengers right now is gonna change once that update comes out. Because it's gonna be a matter of figuring out how to do what. When that update releases. But I'll worry about that later. Alright, 1900 is done and out of its way. I'm gonna leave it down there for now. Guys, I'm gonna take 1900 off of passengers, and I'm gonna just run it straight back up the line. Operations, none. I'm gonna completely take it off. Um, Guys, I'm gonna send 1900 back up, but it's gonna be completely empty. No stops, no nothing. Alright. I'm gonna go get myself the switcher locomotive. from Hillsboro. I'll make sure that's set for me. And then I'm going to just put on that switch. Because I need 1900 out of the way, and the best place for it to be out of the way is to send it all the way back to Bryson empty, so then it could be in that yard for repairs. But I'm waiting to see if that's going to be possible. Because I'm going to do some shunting down here in Silva. But I'm not going to use this big old locomotive. So while I'm so I forgot to switch the points. So 1900 is gonna go back to Bryson, so then it can be up there for maintenance on the passenger cars with it. I'm gonna go to Dillsboro and get one of the smaller. What are locomotives? Alright, I'm gonna close the stream on my phone to stop draining my battery. I think I'm gonna end my stream here shortly, just so that I have some bandwidth back. Because I think the heat from the day is affecting the stream. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, guys, just so that I have bandwidth back. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I will catch you guys soon on some more Railroader or another game. For now, take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.